Okay, let us discuss a concept. Given in the diagram, there is a magnetic field which is vertically upward. There is a loop. This is a loop. In this loop, you got three sides which are fixed, and there is a movable part. There is a cylinder which can roll on this loop. Now this is placed in a plane perpendicular to the magnetic field. Now in this, the length of the cylinder, let us say it is L, and this cylinder is rolled over. It has got a velocity v. The magnitude is v. Magnitude of the velocity is v. The magnitude of the magnetic field is B. So in this case, will there be any induced EMF? The answer is yes, there will be a induced EMF. Let us see how. Induced EMF is defined as minus n into d delta phi by delta t, change in flux with respect to time. Now this change in flux has got two components. Either you change the magnetic field or you change the area with respect to time. So here we have kept this system in a constant magnetic field. Then what is changing means the area is changing with respect to time. So let us see this equation. E is equal to, let us say n is equal to 1, and I am talking right now only the magnitude part. So it is E is equal to delta phi by delta t. That is equal to delta of B into A divided by delta t. B into A is the definition of flux. Because B is constant, I have pulled it out. So B into delta A by delta t. So we need to find this delta A by t. We need to find the rate of change of area covered in time delta t. So this, let us say at time t1, this cylinder is here. That after some time, at time t2, the cylinder was here. Let us say the cylinder was here after some time. So obviously it traveled some distance. We know the speed of the cylinder. So t2 minus t1, if I do, I get delta t. So v into delta t will give me the distance traveled. So this is the dimension I got. Here velocity vector is perpendicular to the magnetic field vector. I know this dimension. Multiply with this dimension, I will find the area covered. Initially the magnetic field lines were passing here. The flux was 0. Now because of the movement of the cylinder, there is some change in flux. Okay, so delta A by delta t is given by V into delta t, that is this, multiplied by length. V into delta t multiplied by the length divided by delta t. So delta t cancels. So we are left with delta A by delta t is equal to V multiplied by L. V is velocity, L is the length of the cylinder. So therefore my E is equal to BVL. So in this concept, there is a EMF induced because of motion of the cylinder, and this is leading to change in area. This concept is called motional EMF. Okay. Now if you want to know the direction of the current, let us see what is happening. When you are rolling this cylinder, the flux is changing. The flux is changing in which direction? In this direction. Okay. So as per our concept, the magnetic field should reduce the effect of change in flux. So the magnetic field direction should be in the opposite direction. The magnetic field direction should be downward. In which case it is possible, if you see this diagram, if I keep my finger like this finger is pointing in this direction, and these fingers are pointing downward, which is matching with this. So the direction of current will be here in this fashion. So like this we can find the direction of the current also. Always remember, always ask yourself, flux is increasing in which direction? So induced EMF effect should be such that the magnetic field will try to reduce the change in flux. So if the flux is increasing in upward direction, the magnetic field because of this coil will be acting in the downward direction, and we need to find the current induced because of that. So place your thumb in the opposite direction in which the flux is increasing, and the remaining fingers will give you, the thumb will give you the direction of the current. Remaining fingers should be placed in such a way that it is opposing the direction of increasing flux. This concept is called motional EMF.